Tonight's conversation is about things that we were afraid were going to happen, but never happened.
You know, if we had Google, we could have Googled it back then to confirm that they were not going to happen.
Well, I actually had stuff that was confirming in writing that it was going to happen.
And you became worried about it?
I became worried about these things.
And
I can give you a list.
And this is what age? What age are we talking?
I would say from the time we were preteen to high school.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like
So,
the tweens.
Yeah,
Right?
we'll start out slow.
All right.
So, were you ever afraid that you were going to have to escape from something? Like from a trunk of a car, or being tied up, or being handcuffed?
I feel like I daydreamed more about the trunk of a car than anything.
Yep.
I don't think I because I feel like I could get out.
Right. How were you going to get out?
Handcuffed or tied up? I don't think I could get out. I don't think I have the skill. I think.
What was your procedure for getting out of the trunk?
Out of the trunk?
Yeah.
I would have fiddled around with the mechanism. There's usually a linkage that you can get in on.
Yep.
And you can manipulate the linkage. Now, how I was going to see it, I have no idea.
Well,
and I may have tried to push the back seat through because I knew back seats were kind of snapped in. They weren't bolted in. They were kind of snapped in. So I feel like now that would they probably would have tied me up. And then I'm back to where I started. What about you? What was your?
The trunk definitely. And back then, the linkage a lot of times was exposed,
right?
So you could see the linkage.
But it's at dark.
But it's dark,
and we didn't have our phones.
Right? You didn't have a light in there to light your way with your phone. That's true. Trying to get out of the trunk was one I thought about.
I guess the other tactic is to fake that you're asleep or passed out, and when they open the trunk, you spring up and surprise them, and then you get out.
Well, something must have happened. Somebody must have really gotten caught in the trunk because most trunks now have a release handle in them,
and they're glow in the dark.
And they're glow in the dark.
Well, they did that because kids were playing and trapping themselves in.
Really? That really happened?
That really was happening. So
now you have a way to get out.
Now the kids have a way to get out. Now they have and it's glowing in the dark, so they should have the sense to pull on it.
And it has a little thing of the pull. It has like a thing where if you pull it and you have the guy springing out of the trunk picture on the glow in the dark handle. There's a little infographic.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't seen the infographic. Okay.
But most cars now don't even have a trunk big enough that you could get in.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I always thought that I needed to have a way to get untied. I always had a pocket knife for most of those, but then you would think about how would you get your pocket knife out? I'm sure my brother and I at some point in time practiced this, whether we could cut our way out of being tied up.
Maybe so.
I feel sure that was practiced at some point, being able to get out of.
Can you remember being successful without cutting yourself?
Without cutting myself.
See, that's what I can see us doing, right?
Right.
We're trying to cut it.
Right.
Brian, come and get me! I'm bleeding.
You stick yourself with a knife. But now, like on the internet now, there's always, like if I click on the wrong thing, I'll get the feed for like 5 or 6 minutes of people escaping from different type of bonds where they're showing you how to snap like zip ties and all this kind of stuff, which again is just a made up worry. You're not going to be zip tied.
Well, I think these particular made up worries are likely unique to guys too. Just like guys feeling like we can land a plane, we feel like that these things are something to be concerned about.
Right. You need to be able to do that. I read a book one time, and I seriously tried to figure out how to do this. It was a guy. I might be able to think of the book in a minute, but he was kind of like, it was the same story that I read like 1,000 times in high school, where he was a Army veteran, probably a Vietnam veteran. He'd seen too much, lived too hard, and now he was like being pulled back into some secret mission. But he carried a razor blade in his cheek because he was afraid that he would be. He was afraid of being tied up again, and so he always carried a razor blade in his cheek. So do not do that at home. This is
but it was in a safety. I'm sure it was in a safe.
Well, in the novel, in this fictional novel, his cheek had become so calloused that this is in a novel. We're not recommending do this, but but anyways, the character was so afraid of being tied up that he carried this with him at all times.
All right.
So that's the first one. All right, the big one when I was a kid was Quicksand.
Yeah, watching. I feel like there was some TV show that you and I watched where quicksand was involved.
Yeah.
And that became something in our brain to A, avoid, but B, have a plan.
At least in that time range that we're talking about, which would have been the late 70s, early 80s, at least every action sitcom show had at least one quicksand episode, I would say.
I remember the one.
What's that?
Tarzan.
Really?
Tarzan was the one.
Tarzan would often get caught in quicksand. Yes.
Tarzan guy, yeah, but he always had the vine.
Yeah.
Throw him the vine.
Throw him the vine.
He takes the vine.
Princess Bride had the lightning sands or the something like that you would go to.
Yeah.
So that was in that movie, but I remember it just being a.
Did Gilligan's Island have? I think
I'm sure
Gilligan's Island probably had some quicksand involved.
But I remember like survival manuals that I would read at the time had ways to escape quicksand.
Okay.
Like you were supposed to throw yourself back on your back and like float.
Okay.
Because quicksand is supposedly made up mostly of water.
All right. So
and that you would be able to float your way out of quicksand.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually knew techniques to save myself from these quicksands.
I feel like my brother and I, we pretended quicksand with like blankets and stuff.
Yeah. So you were in Florida. Did y'all never had any quicksand places?
I didn't grow up in Florida. I was born there.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Maryland.
Okay. No quicksand in Maryland?
No, Maryland's not known for their quicksand. They've got some of their marshy areas though. Can be kind of boggy, and you get your foot caught in there. And, but nothing. It's not a real threat.
You've never.
I bet you it's a real threat down at the farm.
In the swamp?
Yeah.
I have never encountered quicksand.
It's got to be there.
I've never seen quicksand ever.
All right.
Does quicksand even exist?
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
It's got to. No, it did.
Is it a real thing?
I saw an example of it. It was a documentary. They were talking about glaciers and this glacial. Some of these glacial lakes, the edges of them have the sediment for the glacier has been just grinding the rock, and it's the super fine powdery dirt. It's kind of like cornstarch, and if you hit it, it's hard. But if you push down on it, you just go right. You go right.
There's a name for that type of slurry.
I think it's viscoelastic.
Yeah,
viscoelastic.
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, if the pressure is applied quick enough, it hardens. But if not, you can sink it.
Yep. All right, what you got?
Bermuda Triangle.
See, that was a deal.
Yeah,
that was a deal.
I felt like.
Why is it not a deal now?
I haven't heard of anybody disappearing. So if you're a younger listener, which is doubtful if you're listening, the Bermuda Triangle was a definite. I mean, people were disappearing in that thing all the time. It seemed like.
Do you know where the Bermuda Triangle is?
I know where one of the 3 points is. One is on the island of Bermuda.
Yeah.
But it comes back, I think, almost to North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Bermuda Triangle is this. Neither one of us can say it. It's this triangle out in the ocean that has one of its points on Bermuda, and boats and planes that flew into this area would mysteriously disappear.
Right.
Forever. No trace.
And no trace.
Yeah.
No trace.
And I don't know if it's true or not. Like I remember there Unsolved Mysteries would come on, and there was always something that had
always about the movement. So they could do a whole month worth of Bermuda Triangle episodes.
But there was a good chance that I was going to die in the Bermuda Triangle. I felt like that was just in my future.
Yeah.
It was going to have to be something that I either survived or it was going to be
in a boat or a plane.
Boat. Mine was going to be in a plane.
You're going to fly over there and disappear.
And just disappear. I didn't want to go to Bermuda for that very reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really knew where it was. I couldn't Google it, so I had no idea where it was.
Yeah,
but I feel like I've seen plenty of specials on trying to explain it.
Well, all right. So Bermuda Triangle did not pan out to be an issue for me. I have not been lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Have you even been close to the? Have you even flown towards it?
I don't know if I
don't think you've even been there.
Well, I've flown. I may have flown through it once.
Going where?
I don't know how far the plane swung out, but I was going to Central America. And we were out in the ocean, and we may have touched the edge.
You could have, yeah,
we may have clipped it, but I lived to tell the tale.
All right. We didn't have to worry about that.
Bigfoot was another concern.
lot of TV specials on Bigfoot back then.
People were looking seriously for Bigfoot.
You had to watch out for it.
Right.
Bigfoot was no joke.
Bigfoot
was dangerous.
Yeah, and people had pictures of him.
Right.
The famous picture was taken during that time period, I think, of him walking through the woods.
Yeah.
If you were on the podcast proper, I just made a pose that looked like the Bigfoot walking through the forest.
That's right.
And the same with Loch Ness.
Yeah. You haven't heard much about Loch Ness lately. I wonder if Loch Ness, the Loch Ness Monster died.
I think it's hard to capture people's attention like with that anymore. There's so much stuff on the internet now.
Yeah.
I think that Bigfoot and Loch Ness, which fascinated us at the time, like I had books about Loch Ness.
Yeah.
I thought that in my future I would be on a research vessel looking for Loch Ness at some point. That was like, I wanted to go there on vacation.
Does it make you think that was all fake?
I was a believer in Loch Ness.
I know you were.
Yeah.
But now?
I can't give up. I can't give up on it. I have to believe that maybe she's still out there, deep down in the water.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the blurry photos.
Yeah. No, I did too. I had a whole book. I mean,
did you really?
As much as you could study about it, I knew the Loch Ness Monster inside and out. All right, the other one I think that was a big concern at the time was killer bees.
Killer bees, again. A TV show. There was a TV show. I think it was called The Swarm.
Well, there was that, and then I'm sure there was news reports about it at one point that they were headed north from Central America to South America. They would be getting here at some point.
Well, every once in a while we get the African killer bee.
Yeah,
that's a concern. We need to bring listener number 1 in
to
talk more about killer bees and the concerns therein.
Well, killer bees, and also I thought fire ants were going to play a bigger role in my life. Now, fire ants are real. I have kicked over fire ants.
Okay, all right. Y'all have those out in the eastern part. We don't have too many fire ants here. You have them out in the eastern part of the state?
Eastern part of the state, yeah.
Okay. And in Florida, they're no joke.
They're a big deal.
I mean, yeah.
But I thought they would play a bigger role in my life than they have.
Okay. You know, I feel like the past 10, 15 years, they've been saying that the fire ants are going to get worse because of the climate getting warmer, that they're going to migrate further north.
Right, with the killer bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the Yeti will go north. Bigfoot also probably going to stay towards the northern states.
I wonder if kids today are like worried about the killer bees.
If that's the thing that keeps them up.
Yeah. I wonder what they worry about today.
I wonder what their list would look like.
Yeah, what their list. Because, I mean, obviously they wouldn't have Quicksand or Bermuda Triangle on it. Or Nessie or Bigfoot.
Right.
I don't think. It'd be interesting to know. If you're a younger listener, which I doubt it that you're listening, but if you were, tell us what your list is.
What are your list of things that you're worried about that probably ain't going to pan out?
Well, we got 2 more, and then I'll do the big one. I got 1 more, and then we'll do the big one.
Okay.
Subliminal messages.
Oh, yes.
Right. That you're being influenced.
Yeah.
By either evil or advertising messages in either commercials.
Yeah.
Or if you play a record backwards.
If you play a vinyl record backwards.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to a tape, or did you ever listen to a vinyl record being played backwards?
I did. I had a friend who played one backwards. I think. I feel like I did.
Okay.
I mean, it was such a ubiquitous thing in the early '80s that I feel like somebody had tried it around me.
Well, I guess my parents got a hold of a tape where they were telling the message of the dangers of rock and roll.
Right.
And certain types of music, and that in fact that if you played it backwards, it was distinct messages from Satan.
Yes, it's called backmasking.
Yes, right.
Yeah, backmasking.
Backmasking.
So if you don't understand what we're talking about, you would have a vinyl record, and you would physically turn the record with your hand backwards with the needle on it, and supposedly these satanic messages would be clearly heard.
Yeah.
That did not pan out.
No, it didn't. Maybe it did.
No, I feel pretty confident. That was like a big thing.
Maybe that's why we were concerned about so much stuff that we didn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean that was. Wait, what? Because of the messages?
Yes,
that's why
we were just full of all this angst.
Oh,
because of the subliminal messages in the records.
Yeah.
And then we start worrying about things that aren't there,
That
like the Yeti.
that was such a big deal.
What's that? Some backmasking? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. People wouldn't listen to certain.
Well, people would burn records for it now.
Yeah.
I remember the one song that they said they really clued in on.
I feel like it was a Beatles song.
Hotel California.
Oh yeah.
That was the one.
They had that one beat up going forward and back.
They really did.
Yeah, there was all kinds of imagery they had in that song.
But it was Hotel. It was the one I remember the most.
I feel like entire news segments were dedicated to that one song.
I wonder if you can find those news clips in the archives.
Yeah. All right, here was the big one. This one did not pan out. I've never heard a credible report of this ever.
Okay.
That was in the fall of the year, Halloween. Be careful. Take your candy in to be x-rayed because some psychopath in your neighborhood would put razor blades into candy.
Razor blades or needles.
Yeah. And so hospitals would actually x-ray. Do you remember this?
No.
You would take, at least when I grew up, hospitals had a service where you could bring your candy in and they would x-ray it for you to make sure it did not have needles or razor blades.
Certainly this had happened for them to go through that trouble.
I have never seen, I've tried to find this. I've never seen a credible report that has ever occurred.
Really?
Yep. But remember, like emergency rooms, you could.
I know. I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah. They would inspect your candy for you.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember. And that don't sound right.
This is an urban legend that took.
Wait. Deep
hold.
Did you ever take your candy to be x-rayed?
No, I never did that.
Did you ever see a report of someone x-raying your candy? Okay, so that part was real.
This part was real. Like hospitals would open up their ERs to do this for you. I don't know anybody that ever took them up on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
But they said they would do it for you. That really was a deeply ingrained fear.
Well, did y'all inspect your candy when you got it?
I feel like if my dad inspected it, he was eating it. He may have called it an inspection, but he was probably
my parents would take every piece.
Really?
And they would inspect the wrapper
for razor blades and pins.
Yep, they would.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Some kind of break in the wrapper.
Did any of your pieces go missing after this inspection?
Not that I remember. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy eating the ones that passed.
Somebody's going to write in now and say, no, that was true. But no, as far as I know, it was never any credible evidence.
I feel like, this one might be worth going and check. What about lacing it with poison?
I don't think there's ever been anything like that happen on Halloween.
Right.
Yep. All right. That's my list.
That's a good list.
That we worried about growing up that did not pan out.
So basically what we're saying is when we heard about these things and we're told to worry about, our reaction should have been, that don't sound right.
That's why we have this podcast now, is because we grew up on this kind of stuff. And we belied it. Deeply believed it.
We're passing it on.
Your parents believed that so much that they inspected
the candy. They did. And we played the backmasking.
Did they?
The
document.
The documentary on the tape.
The documentary. Yeah. I feel like people talked about that in churches. You have come to the end of this episode of That Don't Sound Right.
Well, if this is your first time listening or first time watching us on YouTube, we want to welcome you and thank you for trying us out. If you liked us, hit that like button or subscribe button on the platform you listen with. If you're that longtime listener or viewer, shoot us an email. We have an email, tdsrpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear about some of the things that you are worried about that didn't pan out.
All right, That Don't Sound Right is a production of TSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. Peter and I are the hosts of the show. We also do all the background stuff, editing and putting all this together. And our barista heard that she was not a part of the show anymore, so she made coffee and cookies to get noted again. So Camille's
back on. Welcome to the show.
Official barista.
All right.
Of That Don't Sound Right. Giorgio tests.
We still don't pay well.
Giorgio is our test our merchandise. Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number one is Scott. So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.